Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here with me again. Today we're going to go into this green look that I created. It's really simple for me now anyways. So what I'm doing right here is I'm actually going to lay down a thin layer of clear because we're working with with colored acrylic and we don't want to stain the natural nail. In addition to that, colored powder don't have strength, so we have to put on a core powder. So I'm using my size 20 brush and I'm going to take this color. We're going to do a cuticle bead first. Not sure why I started this method, but I changed it eventually. And we're going to blend this down halfway down the nail face or bed. One of them. So we're going to take our 3-inch bead and I'm going to blend it into the previous bead that I had. I am going to just make sure that it's not a dry bead, if that makes sense. I want it like able to run but not like stay where I put it, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to take a medium size bead. We're just making sure that we cover the entire nail. I'm going to go to the pinky finger and this is where I changed it. I did the 3-inch first and then I went in and I did the cuticle bead. So this is what I do. Once I pick up my bead, I allow it to flow for 3 seconds or so. Wipe off my brush ever so slightly. Go right to the cuticle. Saturate or rehydrate that bead so it can blend nicely with the cuticle, and then I flush it with the original bead. If it ever becomes dehydrated or it starts looking matte, that's when your bead is really drying. So once you've been there, basically you're unable to move the bead down. So I rehydrate the bead as I go along. So we're going down to the ring finger and I wanted to try this cutaway that I had created while practicing. It seemed pretty simple enough. The issue is with this, I am out of frame. I am completely out of frame and I didn't notice until afterwards when I have already uploaded the video to my editing software and I was out of frame. So what I had to do was I had to redo one of the fingers and apply it to the video. So you won't see it right this minute. I'm just allowing you to play. I'm allowing this to play nonetheless, but I will show you in detail what I did with the middle finger. So here I am with the middle finger. I'm going to take a medium bead, small to medium bead, and we're going to just allow it to rest the bead, allow it to swell, and gently move the bead with the tip of the brush, making sure that you're checking for hydration. Once it starts going static or matte, it is losing liquid. So I'm going to take the barrel of my brush and I'm going to push it to the side because we're not actually covering the entire nail. And then we walk the bead down to the 3-inch, making sure that we're blending everything as flat as we possibly can, because this is not for strength. Like I said, this is for discoloration. Is that a word? I don't know, but if it isn't, I made it up. So now I'm going to use this box cutter. Yes, I know I have an X-Acto, but this box cutter works just fine. I'm going to dip my blade into my monomer or acrylic liquid to help me slice the product more easily. As you can see, it doesn't give me any trouble moving to the side. If you were using the actual dry powder, yes, it can work, but it tends to stick to the brush once it polymerizes. So I use the liquid instead and it works even better. So the first bead that I placed on here was really thin. Well, not really thin. I just went into my brush and I kind of swiped it too much. So we're just going to go back and just fill in the sparse areas that may be there, using the very tip of the brush to blend the bead into the original bead. Clean up your sidewalls to make sure that you're not flooding the cuticle. Now each time you see me go away, I'm wiping my brush off. I've damaged many brushes. When I say many, 3. I've damaged 3 brushes, but that's 3 too many as far as I'm concerned. So I've learned to make sure that I clean my brushes in between me placing the product. Now here I'm back on the ring finger, and I wanted to try encapsulation. Nothing too crazy, but I wanted to try it nonetheless. So I'm taking these heart confettis and star confettis that I saw at my local beauty supply store, and I just want to put it to the side. We're going to put it to the side of this nail. What I had done in order for it to stick was I just placed a thin layer of my clear, and now I'm going to encapsulate with my medium to large bead. Like I said before, make sure that I place the bead down, allow it to spread for 3 seconds or so. Go into the cuticle, tap it in to ensure that there's no cuticle mess, and then walk the bead down. Now once my brush is sticking to the product, I wipe my brush off, I reload, and I continue. I do apologize for the noise. My mother decided to come down. We're having a storm, by the way, but we're going to do this voice over for sure. So here I'm back at the what finger is this? Oh, the middle finger, and this is where I'm going to use my, what are these things called? Color blocking. Right. Now I want you to just bear in mind, guys, all of these products were made by me in terms of the colors. So I'm not sure, if you can get these anywhere or where you can get them. I made them with chalk and pigments. So I'm going to use this lime green color, and I'm just going to make a small tiny box on the free edge, a little bit above the free edge, really. I'm going to go in and make sure that the line is really sharp. So we're going to take the X-Acto knife again, and we're going to stick it into, we're going to place it into the liquid or your monomer. Just going to make a very sharp line. Very sharp line. A very sharp line. And we just want to clean it up. Following that, I'm going to use my Snow White. Yes, my Snow White. And we're going to do just another block of that. So I'm using the edge of my brush to make sure that I have a very clean line where the colors don't overlap too much, because I don't really want to go into the whole lot of filing to reveal a line. So I'm placing my bead exactly where I want it as best as I can to eliminate that. We're going with the X-Acto blade again, or box cutter, whatever floats your boat. Dip it into the liquid, and you see how easy that slides off. Now for a minute, I forgot that this thing can cut, but then I remembered that I had dulled it. I'll show you in another video how to dull your blades so that you can use them for nails and you don't cut your clients. So I'm going to take a very small bead on my cuticle, which simply means I'm going to dip my brush into my monomer, and I'm going to wipe as much liquid out of my brush as possible. Using the tip of my brush, I'm going to tap into my powder 2 to 3 taps. Very gentle taps, because we only want a small one small bead. Place it where it is, let it flow 3 seconds, and then maneuver it with your brush. Once the product starts to stick to your brush, it's time to wipe off your brush and to reload your brush. So here I gently buffed this nail just to make sure that the lines were sharp. I'm going to go in and encapsulate it. As we said before, colored pigments are not core pigments. They don't have enough strength. So you do need to encapsulate them with clear and to work on building your apex as well. I'm using the one bead method here, where I take a medium to large bead. It simply means I go 3/4 of the ways when I clean up my brush. Place it near the cuticle, 1/3 of the way, 1/3 of an inch away from the cuticle or something like that. Allow it to flow, tip the nail down to let the product run. And once that is done, I take the tip of my brush with gentle strokes and I fan it to the free edge. Here I'm just going to quickly file the nail. I'm doing my sidewalls first and then my free edge. The acrylic has been laid properly in terms of there's no bumps, there's no lumps, there's a nice apex or strength, even though these are medium to short nails or short to medium nails. Okay, so here I'm gonna take this flame bit that I got at a I apologize guys. So I'm taking this flame bit and I'm just gonna smooth over the nail. I would consider this a fine grit bit. It's a safety grit bit. I can actually put it on my skin and it won't cut me, even though it's a carbide bit. Now this won't debulk any of your nails if you have not laid your acrylic flat enough or smooth enough or transitions. But it will, I call it a finishing bit actually, because once I'm done with this, I really don't have to go in with a buffer. But I do anyway, just to ensure that there's no scratches when I go in to polish the nail. Finally, what I'm going to do really is I'm going to ensure that my sidewall finish will make this nail just stay on. I'm going to file the sidewalls just to ensure that, I have my shape right. In this case, it really is a coffin or coffin. A tapered square. So it's not fully square, but it's slightly tapered. Can you tell my frustration? So we're just going to continue to ensure that there is no ridges left behind by the carbide bits, and we make sure that the sidewalls are straight and flush. Shape is very important on this. The first thing you see when you see nails really is the shape of it, even if it's just short to medium nails. So I'm just going to dust off the excess powder that we have in around, and then we're going to do our shiny our gel top coat. Remember to cap the free edge. Loosen off the sides because you may lose your shape a little bit if the gel bulks out. I like it. I just like this shiny stuff. I must be a moth in another life or something. But this is our color block nail and it came out really nice. Considering I did this 3 times. 3 times. So it came out really nice. and the colors are pigmented enough. I'm really happy with this set. It's very simple, but I think it packs a punch. It really packs a punch. So I want to thank you again, guys, for watching. Stay tuned for more videos to come. Like and share, comment, just go ahead and interact down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video or hearing from you. Well, good.